Welcome to the big show. This is Investing with Confidence. I am your host, Joshua David, and we are happy to have you with us today. Once again, I do have my good friend on the show here today. He is not in his blue shirt today. It looks a little gray to me from here.
I don't know what you call it. It's a little blue, a little purple.
That's not like how you're feeling today. You're
It's
not feeling blue.
purple, I guess. I don't know.
How are you doing today?
I'm feeling fantastic.
That's good.
How about you, Josh? How are you feeling?
I am also feeling fantastic, and it's always great to be back, helping our listeners make better investing decisions. And we had another great market this week, but I want to talk a little bit about Online Trading Academy, our sponsor. They've been, located here in Bloomington. Online Trading Academy has been around for over 24 years, and teaching people skills and techniques to use the market for income potential.
Right.
And really, people are looking to upgrade their lifestyle. I'm guessing anyway, most people want to do better. And you might have to do different things. And we talk a lot about those different things, the different techniques, the strategies that they teach for that. And that's included into the stock market. So let's talk about that a little bit here today. The great week in the markets. The S&Ps, pretty much the markets were tickling those all-time highs again. S&Ps were tickling that. The NASDAQ as well. Dow Jones is a little behind. We've been seeing some down days in the Dow Jones. We've been talking a lot about oil this week. Last week we said it surpassed the $70 mark. Well, we're much past that. It's almost, I think it's almost touched 73 here this week per barrel. Now, Bitcoin's been a hot topic. We were talking about how it was consolidating last week. This week we've kind of tickled that range and got out of there a little bit. Couple down days on Tuesday and Wednesday, but Monday was a pretty good day. Kind of the same thing with Ethereum, still in that consolidation range. Now, we talked a lot about the U.S. dollar. That has been driving a lot of the stock market gains and declines. It's kind of started a little bit of an uptrend, which could be a little concerning for the stock market. Now, that being said, let's talk about the stock market. What's been going on? We had Fed funds fund rates on Wednesday, the FOMC talking. How can we participate in these markets with the great moves that are happening? It's a great market.
Yeah, well, I think one thing to understand is that I think a big part of these huge moves that we'd seen since March of 2020, some of those big moves, I think really were based on an expectation of the economy opening. And now that the economy is starting to open, a lot of the states are open, wide open now. I think it's kind of the same thing as you buy the rumor, sell the news. This was by the expectation and not necessarily the fact. So I think things are slowing down a bit, which means it's going to be more important to understand, how the markets function and what might be a better choice at one time over another. So it might be more rotation than before. But we talk often about financial illiteracy, and our goal is to change that.
Yeah, we're raising awareness to that.
Right. But I looked at this. It's a report from J.D. Power, and I think this is really significant. And one of the reasons that we try so hard to get people to understand that the knowledge is there, the education is there. J.D. Power found this. More than 75% of Americans say that they're stressed about their money. And they found that 35.5% of Americans have less than $1,000 saved across checking, savings, retirement, and other investment accounts.
That's unfortunate. That's stressful.
Well, it's scary. It's stressful. But their conclusion was that people don't understand the basics of finance, basics of investing, of interest rates, inflation, and so forth. So that's our goal, is to try to change that. And I think that it's important to remember that in trading and investing, just basically there's two groups that are involved in any trade. And on one side, you have the pros. You've got Wall Street, the big banks, the institutions who are consistent and typically have high rates of success. And then on the other side, you've got the retail traders, the public, most who are failing at achieving their goals or who are working too hard to achieve those goals. It's sort of like a tug of war. If you had a tug of war with 10 people on each side of the rope, on one side you've got 10 world wrestling superstars, brutes. On the other side, you've got 10 teenagers, skinny teenagers, many of who haven't even gone through puberty. Who's going to win that tug of war?
That would be those wrestlers.
Yeah, but what if the last skinny kid holding the rope let go of the rope, went over to the other side, and joined the wrestling superstars. Now, how's he going to do? Pretty well. And that's kind of what we do. We basically help you identify where the superstars in finances, where the Wall Street people, the institutions, where they're buying and selling, so you can do it with them. And that's the key. You don't have to compete, and you shouldn't compete against them. Follow them and do the same, basically the same things that they're doing.
You're right. I mean, that's what's the nice thing about, I mentioned our sponsor, Online Trading Academy. I mean, you help people do that in a physical setting. I mean, talk real
Right.
quick about, why it's so important for people to learn from the pros, people that have been on the floors of the exchange.
Right.
Why is that important?
Well, the Wall Street on the trading floors, they've mastered that process, but unfortunately, they don't share it with the public. That's what we do. And you mentioned earlier, we've been around for 24 years. Online Trading Academy started out as a trading floor. And a lot of the instructors are people that worked maybe on the floor of the Chicago Board of Options or Chicago Mercantile Exchange. They're the guys that actually understand how markets function, how prices change, why they change. And those are the people that will help teach you and give you the knowledge and help you build the skills to be able to use that knowledge.
Yeah, right. I mean, the key is there too. I mean, most people, I'm guessing, like I said earlier, most people want to upgrade their lifestyle or have the potential to do that.
Sure.
And you really introduce a lot of people to those different techniques and concepts that the smart money, we call it Wall Street, the smart money, what they're using. But the great thing about these techniques and strategies is they are also available to us, the public. And I mean, we live in a society where people want more income or income potential. We talk about those different assets, also the different techniques that have income potential in these investing classes that you actually teach here in Bloomington.
Well, you know what? Let's talk a little bit about why the retail traders, that's the public, why they trade like amateurs and end up becoming their own worst enemies.
Got it. How the institutions trade, why the amateurs trade like amateurs, but how we can trade like that smart money. This is Josh and Al, Investing with Confidence. We'll be right back.